We have a major update on the American Heartland theme park and RV resort. It seems like the slow-moving progress is from FEMA and the Oklahoma State Legislature and the release of TIF, which is what the state does on something of this magnitude. I will link the video in the description below.
All right, moving on to item 4, update from Mansion Entertainment Group. About a month ago, I reached out to some of our friends at Mansion, and I asked if they would be willing to have somebody come up and kind of just give us an update on all the progress that's been going on and what's going on and kind of where we're at. And above and beyond, they flew people in from all over the country. So I'm just going to start with our Senior Executive Vice President for Mansion Entertainment Group, Christy Adams, and let her introduce the rest of the team as she sees fit. And thank you again for coming in and taking your time and the expense of coming. I know that at your theater right now in Branson, there's about 2,000 people being seated for a show. So thank you again for your time and bringing you in, Mr. Wilhite, over here away from that. So if you would, please turn the floor over to you. Make sure your light is
I need a box almost. Yeah. Am I good?
Stand up, Christy.
I know. Thank you. I have a very supportive team. Mr. Mayor, Council, thank you for having us tonight. Thank you for indulging us with a little bit of an update. We'll try to answer as many questions as we can. We did send you, were you able to pull up okay, great. So we have Steve Hedrick here. He's our executive producer of project development. Carl Williams, our strategic planning consultant. Larry Wilhite, our COO, sorry. There's a lot of O's. And Jean McComb, our director of acquisitions. So we're happy to go through any updates that we have right now, let you know why things aren't moving as fast as everybody wants.
All righty then. Well, that is a quick tour of our theme park. The design is coming along great. We, as you can imagine, when you have life safety issues like in a theme park with all the rides, we have 19 different rides and attractions. Every nut and bolt has to be drafted, and everything has to be specific as far as height limits and the speeds of the vehicles. All of that is going exceptionally well. We are, some of you may have noticed that the RV park is lagging a little behind, and that's my fault. I'm sorry. I asked the designers to compress the RV park. We still have 750 RV spaces and 300 cabins, but I wanted to get out of the floodplain, the FEMA floodplain, what I call the South 40. It's probably only 20 acres. But I wanted to get out of that area, and I challenged them to compress it. Some of our RV spaces were 80 feet long, which is excessive. So I asked them to subdivide those, and and surprisingly enough, the smaller you make it, the more affordable it is. So, plus that gives us time to work with FEMA, and you know how fast the government moves. It gives us some extra time to work with FEMA and get that floodplain resurveyed, et cetera, and get it in front of the government. That can actually be an expansion area. So this is a way to keep the 750 and the 300 cabins, and potentially in the future have even more RV spaces down to the south. The same is true for the hotel. We had originally planned a 300-room hotel, and then lo and behold, we found some efficiencies there, and now we're going with a 400-room hotel. So again, that makes our money people very happy. Carl is very ecstatic about this, because the more capacity we have in the theme park and the RV parks and the cabins, the better experience people will have when they come to this theme park and resort. And guess what? If you can give them a place to stay, they'll stay longer, and they'll spend more money, and they'll buy gas at the gas station, and they'll go to the grocery store, and they'll go to the bank that's going to be built across the street. So it's a way of making it bigger, better, less expensive, which is what I'm supposed to do. So I'll take any questions that you have.
What's the question, sir?
Well, I guess I might as well just ask the question.
Sure.
As a result of the delays, what's the new timetable
We
And
are working
where
on
are
a
we
new timetable, but we're confident with the team that we have, if we get rolling, that we can still produce the park in time. So, and I know that's an optimistic approach, but we do have a world-class team together. So with that team in place and all of the parts, we still feel like we'd be on schedule.
In the, was it 26?
Well,
Oh.
we always said we were going to open in 2026. So probably latter in 2026, but yeah, we haven't announced any delays. We haven't announced a new time yet. So
Good.
fingers crossed with the team we have together, we can still accomplish that.
Jared Davison from public finance law firm out of Oklahoma City, and I have gone back and forth lots of times. I've said in some updates recently. I think that'll continue to be a iterative process, but we're quite far down the path.
But Mr. Wilhite.
Mayor and council, I want to thank you for letting us come and share with you. And on behalf of Mr. Bicknell, he sends his regards and to let everyone know that this is still happening. He's going to see it through. He's going to be at the ribbon cutting, and we're excited to do that. And thank you, Benita, for accepting us and allowing us to be in your community. And we look forward to the future in a mighty way. So thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.